Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. So I guess I can turn the scoreboard on. Let's do that. We like doing the scoreboard. What do we want to call this? We're going to call it Team Linnea and Team Stone. BGH. Spring. Good ball. Shouldn't have actually clicked, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. We got one Zerg, so we're gonna get that 9 pool. And then triple toss, huh, for red team. I think Linnea is the one playing random. I didn't see who was playing random for blue team, but it's probably Crazy Stone. Especially since he got Terran. Got 2 toss shared choke, which is nice for my team. Gonna be mass zealots across the board for red. We got a lag spike for turtle. Hope it's turtle and not me. Ling's in Linnea's base, going to kill 1 probe right away. It is a 12 extra high, so a little bit hard to pull away in time. 1 probe is going to go down as well to the Zealot. So already taking 2 probes worth the damage. 3rd probe looks like it's going to get targeted down here. A pretty painful start already for red team. 3 Zealots looking towards the 9 o'clock position, but this is going to be a full wall. 4 Zealots only, so actually kind of a nice wall to make against a 3 Protoss team here, because Marines can fit through and Zealots cannot. Very good. A little bit disjointed from red team, though. The Zealots out too far away. Definitely have enough to fight this, but they're getting kind of chopped up a little bit. So blue getting a much better trade than they should be able to get. But all these Zealots from red converging. They're going to have to find some damage very quickly, though. We have 3 factories done for Crazy Stone, which is very, very scary against this 3 Protoss army with no gases on the field. Looks like more of the counters going down to Linnea. Probe count is a little bit low. Probably lost some more probes even. Would love to have seen them commit to 1 o'clock because they absolutely could have killed this Protoss. But they're trying to get cannons up. The Vulture going to come out, snipe that probe, and going to land this barracks to re-wall. 1 more lane here in the mineral line. Gonna kill another probe. So painful. for our boy Linnea. Jimmy. And Turtle just being super annoying, constantly streaming a few lings at a time here. One probe even getting stuck, actually, so even worse than losing the probe is that it's stuck because it's even taking supply. Looks like this pylon is going to go down, Vulture's going to come out. But there are a million zealots here. Mines are out, though. We need to get a mine drag. Preferably not into our own zealots. And looks like these cannons are going to get up, which is nice. 1 o'clock is going to be able to build cannons if he needs to. Linnea getting his own defensive cannons here pretty soon with a constant harass from Turtle. And lock and turn in, very good from Red Team. Now they just need to quickly pivot. If they can quickly pivot, they can kill one of these players. One of the cannons got picked off by those lings, though. Vulture, just one gonna get out, which is not very scary. But there's definitely an opening here where they can kill either one of these players. Protoss has literally 5 zealots on the field, 6 zealots, and no cannons at his bang. But Linnea being continuously harassed is going to get this cannon up, so should be able to stabilize finally. And they are pivoting to this Protoss player now while dealing with this counterattack as well. And yeah, it's still no cannon started, so looks like CR toss should die here, so looking very good for my team. Made a bunch of extra vultures, has speed now, so probably going to try and do a bit of a run by. It even could just kill this, honestly. There's only 1 cannon here, so the vultures could just go for this. Going to target down that probe, though, and just going to go for this run by. And yeah, not a single vulture going to go down there, kind of as expected. See how much damage we can get done. With these vultures getting out, though, Protoss will not die at 1 o'clock. Looks like they're kind of targeting the Nexus. Don't think this is going to go down, unfortunately. It's going to get pretty low, but yeah, not going to go down. And honestly, that was very, very little damage done. That was a lot of zealots lost, and we still have nothing to stop these vultures from wreaking havoc on the shared choke right now. Cannon just now starting, and there's a lot of vultures and lings out. Oh my god, that mine, though. That's what we needed. That was a big moment. Come in here with all these lings and clean these cannons up, but siege tank was done, so just gonna lose a lot of these lings kind of unnecessarily, actually. So kind of a lucky trade there for Red Team. But now these vultures getting out of the map and ling mines are going to be a little bit hard. This tank is going to die to these zealots, though. Going to get a good mine drag as well and kind of clean it up. So Red actually putting up a pretty good fight so far. Need to be careful about attacking into this Terran with these mines everywhere. And looks like they're just committing to 9 o'clock, but I mean, he has this full wall. So not gonna go super well, I don't think. And it is just 3-hatch link per turtle. Looks like he made a few more drones, though, so he is gonna be able to mine that gas if he wants to start teching at some point. Goons coming out for Linnea, still has these defensive cannons, right? So he's not really in danger of anything. Probe count is a little bit light, but as we know, he did take a lot of damage. And these zealots gonna be forfeit. Linnea, or not Linnea, but Stone does open as well. Just kind of baits these zealots into their death, to be honest with you. So gonna be a very bad trade here for these zealots. Honestly, this is driving me nuts. It's not super important, but I want this so badly for Linnea to kill that probe with this cannon. These goons wandering out a little bit too far away from his team, so they're just gonna die to all these lings and zealots. Big mine hit too, gonna hit every single one of those goons. And looking more and more dire for the red team as time passes. Big round of drones for Turtle there. And we have 3 Dragoons and 2 Cannons in this mineral line. So with some good drilling, should be able to hold, I think, but it's going to be hard not to take a lot of damage. In the meantime, Stone is trying to hold these 2 Protoss at the choke. We'll see if Linnea can hold on here. It's going to be pretty tough, but doable. Pretty decent drill. Gets a lot of body blocking on those Lings, which is really nice. And yeah, I think we're easily going to hold, actually. With these 2 extra cannons finishing and some more games popping, he is going to hold it and basically take no probe damage. I don't think any probes were targeted there. I guess one going to go down here. So maybe like a couple probes overall. Unfortunately, those teammates did get held by these 2 tanks and some mines here. We do have shuttles finishing up, though. There are a few turrets out for Crazy Stone, so I'm expecting that they're going to look for something like DT drops. DT drop on top of this cannon. There's no Overlord nearby, so DT drop on this cannon would absolutely kill the 1 o'clock Protoss if they recognize that. Come out for this expansion, which is very brave, we'll say. With just a handful of goons. Man, I really wish we were going DT drop on top of this 1 cannon. He's so exposed. Yeah, shuttles are going to this 1 o'clock position. Well, that is exactly what we're doing, so yeah, good play. Who is this? Happy. Good play from Happy. And this is actually going to take CR Toss out of the game, pretty much. There's no answer for these DTs, so a lot of probes going to go down. Nexus is going to go down. Looks like Linnea is going to be able to hold as well, so things starting to look pretty decent now for the red team. Looks like Stone might be setting up for the ridge in this position, which would really suck for Happy. Gonna lose a lot of his infrastructure, if so, his production. We do have 2 more scans. See how quickly he recognizes. There we go. But DT's getting a lot of value, so this is very good trades. Now we need to see some maybe Zealot bombs on top of these tanks. They're relatively exposed right now. No vultures, anything to keep them safe. So if they can break mid, clear this tanks up and break mid, they'd be in a pretty good spot. There are Hydras coming out for the 3 o'clock Zerg, but yeah, the 1 o'clock Protoss is going to be very weak for a while now. We're walking our goons through a bunch of these mines. But they're just going to keep pressuring. We got Hydras that can come out to save him now. Linnea, is this Linnea? Taking that 12 or that 6 o'clock expansion. And, you know, Stone getting this ridge here as well, very hard to deal with as well. A lot of units coming out of the shared choke Protoss players up here. Nice storm onto the mech. Clean up a couple of those tanks in Goliath. And just all the Protoss is making shuttles all over the place. I love it. I think this is a great thing for them to be doing. Looks like 1 o'clock is going to hold on with the help of all these Hydra from Turtle. Turtle's eco looking very strong, making these extra hatchers in the bottom right, even double expanding in the bottom right corner. So if the game goes on too long, Zerg is going to get absolutely out of control. mean, his drone count looking pretty good here at 3 o'clock. And with triple hatchery here, this is also going to saturate very quickly. Finally making our lair. Oddly, this was the hatchery he wanted the lair to be on, so... I like it. Looks like with their production here, they are going to be able to hold on. Unfortunately for them, it is very hard for them to expand, and Blue's getting a lot of expansions. I'm participating as well. I'm not playing any of my games tonight, but I've played a little bit. Tonight I'm kinda half casting. A bit wore out today. Alright, we probe dropped bottom right. Don't expect that to get a whole lot of damage. But we did get a another DT drop here in the top right. Gonna kill a bunch of probes at least. There is an Overlord here, so it's not gonna kill him. But even the eco damage is pretty nice at this point. Working towards Arbiter is happy. Linnea, on the other hand, kind of trapped down here. And this Overlord, I believe, is going to be spotting this. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. Yeah. Excuse me. DT's gonna get up here and kill a bunch of High Templar, which is super annoying. We have an Observer here, but it's just too far forward, so... Pretty painful to lose all these High Templar. Actually, might just get them killed, to be honest. These 2 DT just got so much value. Pretty insane. Linnea's probe count very light here at this base. Yeah, okay, started making more probes now. That's good. I was getting a little bit concerned. I was hoping we'd see some storm drops here at the main. It's very, very exposed. Dropping a goon. Okay. I mean, he's at least making Turtle run around with all those drones, which helps some. I'm gonna go for the storm drop and kill a few drones. We got like 5 or 6. With their big drop here at 1 o'clock, looks like we are gonna kill off that base. They are still holding their choke as best as they can right now. Arbiters are making at the moment. Linnea holding on to this bottom, the 6 o'clock base. Now, Turtle's eco, like I said, is very, very large at the moment, so he could get very scary. The one thing they do have going, Red Team has going for them, is that these Zergunians do not have upgrades at the moment, so they're a lot weaker than they could be. But, that being said, Protoss's upgrades also not super strong. Not a single armor upgrade, actually, on any of the 3. And Linnea just trying to shuttle units over and hold on to this base as best as he can. Nice Storm's cleaning up all these Hydra and holding on to this base. And unfortunately, you're not allowed to expand here. The map has decided you must play single base Protoss when you have these spawns. And it looks like Kralls is dead. I don't see a Nexus. Okay, we're building a Nexus here in the middle. So he's basically out of the game. Question is, can they hold on up here long enough for recalls to kick in? Or for Linnea to be able to contribute going for his own recalls, but he's very far away from that. I mean, he did kill a lot of army, at least, holding on. And they are going to push this siege line back quite a bit with all these zealots. I'm just a little worried about Turtle's potential macro here. But happy macroing very well. Linnea's supply also looking good, but I mean, still at 165 supply playing mech is very, very scary. Even starting to set up some recall defense now. Storm drop coming off here at the... Oh, huge storm actually killing a ton of drones. So really nice play from Linnea cleaning up a lot of those drones. That being said, Turtle's eco still very, very strong. And where's our Arbiter? Okay, here it is. We're going to go in for this recall. We did recall on top of the depot, so it did lower a lot of the surface area, but this is at least going to be pretty annoying for Stone, and one thing it does is it's going to slow down the push quite a bit, and we actually have another recall that is ready. So a lot of these mines are going to get cleared up by these zealots, which opens up more space for the next recall. And there it is. The double recall from two different Protosses. Super difficult for Stone to deal with, and yeah, we got all this AFK because he's trying to deal with all this, so a lot going on. A bunch of the Hydras ran forward and ended up getting chewed up by Happy's reinforcements. In the meantime, we have these High Templar over here kind of storming across, just being really annoying. Said, hey, if you siege my teammates' bases, I storm your expansion. And it's starting to look really, really good for the red team. I don't think blue team can win this. I don't see how they can break through this anymore. Happy macroing very, very well in these games. Stone not able to stabilize at home. Bunch of lurkers start morphing, changes his mind. Yeah, looks very good for Team Linnea. Another little recall here, just trying to make sure that Stone dies. Protoss reigns. This is a pretty good game. More storm drops here at the 3 o'clock base, killing the drone line here again. So Linnea doing a good job of just contributing how he can. Despite being boxed and even breaking through this choke a little bit and just trading some units out, which is just really nice to continue to take pressure off of his team so they can try to stabilize up here. These goons actually, I was going to say, these goons can actually kill these tanks if they're moved up enough. So one thing going to go down, next one going to get targeted as well, so this will make it even easier for Linnea to fight out here. Looking very, very good, guys. Still trying to recover now, knocked all the way down to 110 supply. Does have a really big bank, though, so he can continue pumping army. He's got a lot of factories down here. Base obviously looks like it's in shambles, but he can at macro. He's still mining pretty healthy on this expansion. CR Toss trying to rebuild here in the top right corner now. But I mean, Turtle's economy took a ton of damage too. Blue has a lot of map, but they're on the defensive despite that. I wish Linnea would get shuttle speed, man. It's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. I can still play lethal later, but my teammates are playing right now and I kind of wanted to support my team. Gonna go for this recall. Okay, we call that a Moonrise call. That's okay. That's okay, we missed a little bit. Still trying to get a bunch of factories over here at the 3 o'clock, but immediately getting recalled on top of just... I mean, when you have 3 Protosses with Arbiters recalling everywhere, it's so annoying to play against, so difficult to shut down because it's just non-stop. The best way to stop them from recalling is to be killing them, but they no longer have what it takes to be attacking. Turtle never could get his huge economy up and running because of the constant storm drops from Linnea. And Red Team did a really good job pulling this game out, I feel. They got contained. The mech looked very, very scary, and I feel like they macroed and masked really well. They played really well together, and yeah, I'm genuinely impressed with how they played this out as a team. But like good teamwork. Zerg with no upgrades on these Hydra still. And this game is over. I know that's kind of why I stopped talking. A little too much heart, you know? They ain't quitters. Yeah, it's terrible. It's so hard to do. Like, once they're at the point of, like, storms and stuff, too, it's a nightmare. But Team Linnea gonna take this first game. Very, very good. Yeah, what's up, Doug? How you doing? Alright, coming into game 2, Stone gets Zerg. Linnea gets Protoss again. Watch your videos on YouTube channel, good stuff. Hey, I'm glad you like my stuff, Doug. That's why I do it, you know? Is to bring joy and happiness to all my fellow old people that like StarCraft. Alright, so this should be a little bit harder for Red Team. We got double Zerg versus triple Toss. Can be a little bit hard depending on how Blue wants to play it out. Could not have done the tank tactic across the water on 1 before. Oh, you mean on 11? In this particular tournament, we're kind of putting rules against the ridging stuff. I think he could have done that one. I think the only rule we have for ridging is you can't do this one, right? This one's the most unfair. I think he could have done this, and it would have been fine. it's kind of hard to play against, but it's like, I think it's fine. Like, there is counterplay at least, and you're not, like, in a terrible position when this is happening. But we do have this one ruled out for this tournament because there's not really viable counterplay, right? If you're Protoss at 3 o'clock and there's a pair in here, it's just like, what can you even do, you know? You guys have heard me complain about it a million times. I think it's really, really strong, and anybody can do it, no matter how terrible you are at the game. So, and the reason this one is so strong is because you're forced to deal with it, right? And you kind of can't, because literally you have to basically kill the person to stop this. And the reason you have to is because you can't mine this gas or this mineral patch, which means you're not allowed to properly saturate your minerals, right? So this is way more powerful. Like, if there's tanks here, it's annoying, but goons can like reach it. You can do shuttle play, you can ignore it, you can go around it, right? Same thing here. It's very hard for Terran to like be defending up here and also reinforcing here if they're getting harassed. With this spot, it's like, not only are you doing this, you can drop tanks here, they're forced to go through all your tanks across this water line. It's literally right here where the reinforcements are, so it's just so powerful, and like, it's honestly not stoppable. Yeah, so it's not good, not fair. I personally don't care about like tanks on the ledge, right? But that is ruled out in these Chinese matches as well. They don't allow that. But I personally think ledging should be fine, because I don't think it's that bad, but they do not approve. Yeah, we are going to get that goon plate into with the double Zerg. Okay, this is Simon, right? Oh, this is a Linnea. Oh, he's trying to creep cannons forward to already start prepping for the goons. I think that's what we're doing. Like, well, okay, I don't know about that cannon placement, though. But the Lings can just kill this cannon. Unless they don't want to. That's fine. That's good. I don't really know what we're doing with the mass cannon creep, though. It's kind of odd. I just didn't want that probe anymore. Alright, well. This is good. Getting the 4 cannons here, good here. Whose is this? This looks the best. So Happy's cannon setup looks the best to me. This isn't too bad, but this looks the best. Would like this to be up 1 more, right? Or a little bit more. Maybe that's like 3 more. But yeah, I'd like the cannon to be here. But other than that, like, this setup is much better. Ironically, even though Linnea's a pretty good player, this cannon setup is the worst. That being said, there's a lot of Lings here. Gonna be a bad trade for blue, though. I mean, he is gonna be able to kill the cannons, though. But the Lings are all gonna get cleaned up, and we can rebuild the cannons now, which we do want to kind of hurry because the goon pressure is coming. We have this backup cannon as well, so really great trade here for the red team. We just rebuild these cannons. I mean, we got plenty of value out of that. Yeah, and this actually looks better now. With those cannons going down, we're remaking the cannons. This is better. Alright, so blue team not finding any damage early. We do have these guns coming out now, but I mean, there's 3 cannons here. 1 gun gonna go down, so great start for the red team just overall. We now have enough zealots that we can come out and compete against the Lings, since the Zergs did start teching and stop the mass Ling. Gonna be Hydra 4, I assume this is Turtle. Yep, gonna be Hydra 4 Turtle. Stone going for that expansion. Looks like we want to go for a counter, or like an all-in on the Protoss. I mean, this is a lot of zealots, and there's, like I said, there's not many Lings because we did cut Lings after all the cannons opening, for the opening. So if they control this really well, red actually could find a lot of damage here, potentially, and great start surrounding these goons. 2 goons gonna go down. Ling's getting cleaned up on the backside. Blue in a lot of trouble. We're not going to be able to get the kill. Another gun going to go down, though. But if we can split some of our zealots up and create some chaos, send a couple to the mineral line, that kind of thing, while we're fighting, just get some damage done, but it looks like... Okay, we did split off 2, and that is going to be Linnea doing that, so good by Linnea to recognize that. Going to start killing a few probes. Looks like 3 probes going down so far. There goes the 4th probe. 5, 6, 7. So 7 probes going down in total. Pretty good damage for the red team. In the meantime, we have just going to be 3 hatchling from stone. There's no muta. Drone count not really super high either, so not a big threat at the moment. We have zealot legs on the way for 5 o'clock. Yo, what's up, brother? Gonna be lurkers coming out for turtle. Legs on the way though for 2 of the Protoss players, and Happy going for maybe Corsair, but also getting legs, so not 100% sure. Some of these zealots do get caught out here on the map, and this would be Simon. But there are a lot of goons still out on the map, but a lot of zealots here for Linnea. Pretty good macro from Linnea. Needs to get back to his cannons though. Hopefully these zealots don't get caught. Okay, the lings are not going to block them off, so going to be able to get back to his cannons. There's not really a good cannon setup here though, like I was saying. Zealot speed just does just now finish though. Plus 1 on the way as well, which is going to be another really big breaking point. Probably Hydra's on the way now for Happy. And we got another zealot counter, so a bunch of lings going to come back to try and help mitigate some of the damage here. And yeah, good split here from Happy. Could potentially get some more probe damage. And yeah, there goes 1 probe. Going to be a 2nd probe going down. See if we continue to target. Looks like that's going to be it. So just 2 probes going down, but it does at least cause more disruption. Linnea still doesn't have that +1 on these zealots, so not going to be able to get really good trades against these lings just yet. And this kind of weird Sim City from Linnea maybe going to be pretty good against the lings. Not so great against the goons, but a few more zealots pop out. Another counterattack here at 6 o'clock, so we're not microing our goons because we're dealing with these counters, which is allowing more goons to get picked off. So the distractions and stuff very good, so we're going to get a good surround here and kill a couple more goons as well. So a lot of these goons basically gone now. 6 o'clock looking relatively weakened. Still no lurkers on the way yet, so they have a little bit more time. Going to be Hydra Den from stone as well, so hopefully we see these Corsair stop since both Hydra are going, or both Zergs are going Hydra. But gonna be cleaning up some of these overlords, so if we get some DTs out on the map, which we are doing as Happy, if he manages to come back and clean these overlords up, looks like we almost killed one, then changed our mind. Lurker's now going to be coming up here for Linnea, or against Linnea, and he does not have cannons in position. So this could be pretty bad if they had gone on the right side, but here on the left side it's not as bad. We do have this 1 cannon in the middle line, which is actually going to be able to spot these, so kind of luckily for Linnea, Turtle went left instead of going right. Still going to be cutting off some of the mining here, but it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. It could have been pretty much game ending. Going to try and dive on top of this cannon actually, and there's no zealots here to stop her from happening, so this is actually going to go down. And now Linnea's mineral line is in a lot of trouble. But that being said, while this is happening, they are killing the Protoss player, and we're going to have 2 relatively low economy Zergs versus 2 Protoss, so GG even going to go and be called for CR toss. Going to leave the game. And even though Linnea's not going to die, Linnea's not going to die, and blue team is going to lose their teammates. So I don't see a way for Zerg to win this anymore, so it looks like we're going to get a 2-0. We're going to call them Team Protoss at this point. Zach, I went to the gym today. I haven't done that in forever. But today was the day to work out, man. to stop being so fat. I'm proud of you, streamer man. Get out of town? Get out of town. No, you didn't. Yeah, I went to the gym with Seth. I did like a 15-minute run to start, and then I did a lot of upper body today. We'll do legs next time. I'm probably going to be unbelievably sore because I haven't worked out outside of like working on the farm in forever. So I'm probably going to be dead the next couple days. Can my teammates get that clean 3-0? Being consistent at the gym is the closest thing there is to a miracle cure-all. Actually true, though. Actually true. So I'm going to cast this one, and then I'm probably swapping to Lethal Company with the boys if they have space for me. If not, I'm just going to go to bed. So one of those two things is going to happen. Either Lethal Company or sleep. It should be sleep, though. Alright, what do we get? Linnea got Zerg this time, and Crazy Stone got Protoss. So I think this will be probably Blue's best chance. They also have very good spawns. Protoss here with Protoss and a Zerg that can reinforce. Can be extremely hard for Protoss to hold. Like if it's 9 pull and then Zella rally and they go 11 o'clock, yeah, it's really hard. Alright, gonna get that 9 pull from both Zergs, 2 gate from both Protosses on both teams. So gonna be a mirror builds, mirror matchup. We love to see it. Like I said, spawns do slightly favor blue team though. Gonna get that probe, that's nice. That should never have happened. CR toss, right? It is. We'll see where Turtle wants to go with his links if he wants to defend his teammate. Looks like he is running towards the center of the map, which is the correct call. Gonna be a good fight here for Turtle actually to start. So one Ling gonna go down, one getting very low. So yeah, already a great start for the blue team getting that Ling advantage, which is a big deal, guys. Okay, well, a good trade there from Linnea though to follow up. But yeah, this is the unfortunate thing. for our Zerg teammate. He's going to be dealing with some Zealot harass on top of it. But Turtle did run too far away, actually, with his Lings. So there was a little bit of a chance for Linné to jump on top of this, but he did have some pretty weak Lings already, so not feeling comfortable doing so. And one Zealot actually going to get picked off by these Lings. So blue team already with a pretty big advantage here in the early game. And now speed finishing, so going to be able to reinforce this choke for Crazy Stone. And we are in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, a few more Zealots going to get picked off here. Yeah, just one Zealot goes down, but softens up a bunch, and now it's going to be extremely difficult for him to avoid getting blocked in. In the meantime, Zerg has to come all the way back because they're getting counterattacked. Even just being forced to make this sunken, very painful. Luckily, though, Turtle did also make his own sunken because he was worried about a counterattack from the Lings. But a few more Lings getting picked off, and it's just not going well for Red Team right now. Even more Lings going to rally into this. We don't have our sunken started yet, just now starting. So once again, these Lings need to come back or Linné is just going to take too much damage. And even then, his Lings are so far away. Sunken going to start getting targeted, and it's just going to end up going down as soon as it hatches. And there it goes. Not looking good, boys. Looks like it's going to be a 2-1. Yeah, Ling's even showing up. Bunch of Zealots sitting here in the middle of the map, not sure where they need to be going. From Simon. And down goes Linnea. Turtle getting blocked. Gonna have to try and go for it. Pretty much has no choice, but they need to try and make something happen. We're gonna see a counterattack go to 6 o'clock. There is a cannon here. Happy gonna try and force his way out here, blocking to break the block, but a lot of Zealots coming up for Crazy Stone with these two cannons finishing. Is gonna be able to hold these Zealots off. Simon gonna turn around, unable to break this. I mean, there's a bunch of Zealots current in here with the cannons, and yeah, there's basically no hope. Let's just be. Let's not beat around the bush. It's okay. We won 2-1 though, overall, so pretty good. Actually, pretty impressed. I feel like they played the first two games very well. Well, he's gonna survive. For whatever that's worth. Pride? For some pride. Well, I see no scenario where this is ever winnable. I don't think running to Linnea's base is going to help you, dude. He doesn't have anything to, you might as well just turn and fight there. Oh, we got Zealot speed. But we lost a few Zealots. I think that's gonna wrap it up. Oh. And the reaver drop, just to make it even worse. Insult to injury. The longer you stay, the more it's going to hurt our pride. We had 2 good wins, guys. And hold our heads up high. Linnea is dead. D-E-D, dead. What about the Reaver? What about mining again? What? Was it worth it? You could have just left. Oh, man. This is why we like chickens, guys. Dude, Happy's not gonna quit, man. He's going for Arbiter. I respect that. I actually respect that. It's completely hopeless, but I like the enthusiasm. G W Becker, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Going for the Nexus. The optimism on Happy is real. Okay, that's gonna do it for these games. I just wanted to do a short little stream here for my team since they were playing. I can do Lethal Company with the boys, or I can go to bed. It's a tough choice. I'm pretty wore out today. Follow your heart, streamer man. Yeah. Oh, probably... Man, I want to play, but I know if I go to sleep now, because I am exhausted, I'll be really happy that I did, because I'll feel really good tomorrow, which means that tomorrow we can do a lot more streaming with a lot more energy. So yeah, even though I want to play right now, I think for the future, this is the way. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna get to bed. I'll probably do some variety tomorrow, but I imagine if I can sleep now and I sleep well, we'll do a lot of ladder tomorrow. If I feel good enough, I will do some ladder. I also have to play worst for CPL. Oh, and we might be doing a 4v4 micro fastest tournament tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Central, or 3 p.m. Eastern. So 3 p.m. Eastern, might be doing a 4v4 micro fastest tournament within the Discord. We got a bunch of rules set up, and I'll go over it if we end up doing it. So that's exciting. If that happens, we're for sure going to do it Sunday around that time. But we might do it tomorrow as well. If we get enough sleep, we can aim for low S. I'm not even A rank right now, dude. But sure, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get some stuff done. We'll do some ladder. We'll do some micro fastest. We'll do some variety. Some of those things. Maybe all those things. At least one of those things. Okay. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, and my CPL against worst. So that'd be kind of cool. Could be good. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good night. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.